Hi everyone, it's Brie. So today I am doing a video on girls and body issues. I think this is a very big thing and a very important issue actually that I'm going to address today. But I have to say this is probably going to be the hardest video for me to actually make. I mean, I had no problem talking about periods and stuff, but this is something that is a real issue for me, and I wanted to share with you guys kind of my issues and stuff so that any of you girls who are struggling with body issues can see it's not all. We don't all have perfect bodies and you have to accept your body as it is. So I apologise if I get emotional in this video. I hate crying, I'm going to say that right now, but I'm going to try and get through this in one piece. So first of all I'm going to talk about my kind of mental issues with my body, and well, actually physical and mental issues. I'm going to address them both in this video. So the first thing is that I have been sick since I was 8, basically, and I'm 16, so that's half my life. And before I turned 8, you know, I was a healthy, happy child, super healthy, had no issues, no birth or anything, and then suddenly the ball dropped, and ever since I was 8, I've just been going down, down, down with my health, which is not good. But so the things I suffer from are, sorry, I have a list right here, which I'm just kind of reading off. I have stomach aches, I suffer from headaches, I get nauseous, I get dizzy, and I get weakness in my legs, and I'm super, super tired. I suffer from extreme fatigue, and like, they always, when you go to hospital and stuff, they ask, is there any chance you could be pregnant? Because yeah, basically the symptoms of pregnancy. And you have to go, no, there's no chance, but they still give you pregnancy tests, it's really weird. But yeah, so I've had all those issues. For me, the worst is the fatigue. I just get tired so easily, and if you're ever sick, you get tired super easily. And I had a really bad period, this one just gone actually, in August, so I'll talk about that a bit later on. But so I, obviously because I've been sick for 8 years and they haven't actually figured out what I've been sick with or what I have, so they're still kind of figuring it out, but because of that I've been to hospitals, been to doctors' offices, been to clinics, you know, I've had operations, and that really gets you down. You know, I'm 16 and I've already had to have 5 different procedures. Yeah, well actually, sorry, no, I've had technically 4. I've had 2 under general, 2 under local, and then I had another one when I broke my thumb. They just had to put some like anesthetic so they could bend it back and see if I'd snap a ligament or something. So not really an operation, but it gets you down, that stuff. I hate going to hospital, I hate going to the doctors, and people, when you're sick like this, they just think that, you know, and no one can diagnose you, they just think, oh, you know, you want to go to hospital, you want to be sick and stuff. No one wants that. Okay, well if you do, then I'd happily switch places with you, because I hate it. I absolutely hate being in and out of hospital constantly. Like, my parents literally have to drag me kicking and screaming if anything's wrong, and because of that I now hide my sicknesses. Like, I had really bad chest pain like a couple of days ago where I was getting, it was really hard to breathe, I was getting really tight stabbing pains, I was getting pins and needles in my arms, and that's not a good sign, especially with a history of heart attacks in our family. But I was thinking, you know, I'm 16, it's not going to happen yet. And so I usually go off and just find a quiet corner and lie down and be like very concentrating on my breathing and what I'm doing and stuff. So it did go away in the end, but you know, I shouldn't have done, I should have said something, but I don't like it. I don't like doing that stuff. So the next thing is my ME. I was diagnosed with ME in November? Yeah, November last year. But I'm not convinced I have it. I think that's just, ME is basically the title they give you when you have any condition. So I'm not convinced I have that. Well, sorry, when you have an illness and they can't diagnose. I know I had some of the symptoms. So next thing is basically why I talk about periods. Because I've been sick so much, I have learned a hard lesson, which is that if you are ill, you need to tell someone. Hiding your illnesses or actually it's more injuries for me. I've had some injuries where I'm like, oh, you know, it's nothing, and then my mum like drags me off to hospital and they scan it and they're like, yeah, we need to go to the special hospital for this and blah blah blah. And you're like, oh, seriously? It's just, my thumb doesn't even hurt, like, why is it broken? That kind of thing. So I have learnt my lesson that way. But also for me, having dealt with severe pain, which I do not show anyone because I hated crying. You know, at school I would try and find a quiet corner where I could like crouch and rock myself, and like I hate taking medication because I've had so much put into me over the years. I just feel like my body is run by drugs, and I don't like the feeling of having no control over my body, because that's something that was taken away from me. But you know, rocking and like school and stuff, I was just in constant agony, and it was horrible. It was absolutely horrible. You feel sick, you put your head in the desk, you forget things, the teachers think you're not concentrating, but in truth you're just trying to not cry and stuff. So yeah. And then suddenly, you know, out of the blue, like when I was 14, which felt like forever, I got my period, and it was the first normal thing that happened to me, and I was so excited because here was my body doing something it should do, and I was so sorry, I was so terrified that it wasn't going to start or something. I was going to have problems with that as well. And the one thing that got me through all of that pain was just thinking about, you know, when I'm older I can have kids and it'll be fine, because that was always what I wanted. I've always wanted kids for as long as I can remember. So when my period started, it's kind of like the first step forward for me for that. So in my mind, a baby would never be a burden to me, even if like I got pregnant now, which it's kind of impossible. But you know, you never know what happens. It would be like the greatest gift ever. So it's never a bad thing in my mind. And now my diet. This is basically the reason I wanted to do this video. One of the treatments for ME is that you go on a diet and you avoid certain things your body doesn't agree with. I went to see a nutritionist, and she basically said that I had a problem with digesting dairy and gluten. So I had to go on a gluten and dairy free diet, which is a killer diet, trust me. This is probably the worst decision I ever made because I got so sick from it. It was ridiculous. The milk had to change, so you have to go to almond milk and oat milk and stuff. And just looking at this milk, after I tasted it, I hated it. It made me feel sick. So I was trying to avoid having breakfast because that meant I had to have that milk. But then I got to the point where my nausea got so severe and so sensitive to the smells. What was basically happening was I was going into the kitchen, going to the fridge when I was hungry, and I'd see the milk and I'd feel sick and my hunger would vanish like that. So I was only eating like one meal a day at that point, like for dinner, and even then sometimes I wouldn't finish it because I was just feeling like sick and stuff. And then I noticed my body weight going down very quickly. My mum noticed very quickly as well, actually, I should say. So she obviously saw something was happening, but I was just like, I can't eat, Mum, I can't eat the food they want me to eat, I'll just be sick and I don't want to do that. So I was getting in bed, I was starting to spend more time in bed and getting worse and worse. And in the end we just had to kick the diet, like just drop it, because I was getting so sick from it. So I'm no longer on that, but I'm still feeling the after effects like 2 months on from when we did that, because even now I look at food and think, should I avoid that? You know, it still makes me feel sick, because my parents do still try and put things that in are gluten free, and if it is, I can kind of see, and I'm just like, I don't want to be sick right now. If I have to deal with that, then I will be, and I don't want to do that. So sometimes I won't eat that much. I'll still eat now, but I won't eat that much at all. I'm definitely not eating as much as I used to. So that was a hard thing for me to learn. But I also started hating my body at that point. And I wanted to do this video so you guys can know that you don't have to hate it, because I'm only just getting over that. So that's basically it for this part of the video. So the next part I'm going to show you my physical things that are basically like things that I have issues with, and so you guys can see it's not, no one has a perfect body and you just have to learn to deal with it. Okay, so see you in a second. Okay, so I'm just going to basically show you what I have issues with my body so you guys can see like it's all normal. So I just had to grab my skimpy top and my super, see if you can see, super skimpy shorts. Well, not super skimpy, but the skimpiest shorts I own. And I made the mistake of putting them on full lunch. There's a tiny tomato soup stain there, so I'm sorry about that. But basically, the first thing, obviously, is being a teenager, spots on my face. Like, they don't really bother me. I hate wearing makeup, so I just, just deal with it. Another thing, I have eczema on the back of my arms. It's pretty bad on this side, actually. And on my, let's put this down a bit, my elbows. Stomach-wise, so I have to keep moving this camera. There we go. I'm a dancer. I'm not a serious dancer, but even I, don't have a flat belly. But I wouldn't consider myself fat. So it's completely normal to not have the supermodel belly. It's not, it's just serious dieting. You don't need to do it. I don't have any problems with my stomach. It's completely normal. I don't see any point in needing to be super skinny, to be honest. Yeah. Then my next problem I had was with my thighs. Mental problem. Like, I think my thighs are too large, basically. I do have some stretch marks. I can't really see all this, I'm sorry. Very faint, they're kind of here. I don't know if you can see them actually, but they're there. And also on my other thighs. Yeah, they were a lot bigger, but I have actually treated them with a number of different products, which I will just show you now. So let's go over here. Okay, so the first one is, right, well, this is just my deodorant. This is just a natural kind of aloe vera deodorant. Aloe vera is like my top tip for anyone who likes natural things. Aloe vera is amazing. This is my eczema, like all natural again, skin products, because with natural, you know, even if it doesn't work, you know you're not putting tons of chemicals on your skin. Elemis aromatherapy, this is an old bottle. If any of you do any sports that you like, dancing or ice skating or whatever, that you get seriously painful muscle aches after, this stuff is amazing. This gets rid of muscle aches like that. Like, it's serious, I can't click, like that. It's amazing. This is just a refreshing gel thing. But the oil is amazing of that. Then obviously aloe vera gel, it's like as much aloe vera as you can get in a gel. This stuff is really good. I love this for skin things and my arms. This used to be so bad, like you can't really see it now, but it used to be really bad, but I treated it with aloe. And that's what I treated my stretch marks with. Last thing is my kind of skin repair moisturiser, and this is another thing that I treated my stretch marks with. I love it. I got this in Portugal actually, I don't know if you can get it anywhere else, but it's really good. So, to be honest, they don't really bother me, all of the physical things, no. I don't worry about my stretch marks, I don't worry about my stomach, I don't worry about spots, these all go away in time. Eczema, you know, again, doesn't bother me, it's just my body and it's just what it does. So, that's the end of this video. This is kind of difficult to film, I guess, for me, but I hope if it even helps one of you to realise that actually everyone's bodies are different and, you know, it's just important to be who you are. I think that would be really good. So let me know if this helped you, and thanks for watching, guys. Bye bye.